Everybody, we are back with a bonus video, and today we're going to be checking out a nice bonus review, and we got the health stone right here. So without further ado, let's hop right into this review. So we got the health stone here. This is one of my favorite glass pieces, specifically for full melt products. Now I'm going to stress this specifically when it comes to the health stone itself. You can only vaporize full melt on this particular product, because anything that is not full melt will leave plant particulate in the nooks and crannies of the stone itself, which inevitably will clog your stone. Those examples obviously would be something like flour. You do not want to put flour on top of this. You don't want to put keef on top of this. Any type of dry sift, you don't want to put that on top of this. Low grade, mid grade, even semi mid grade, high grade bubble hash or water extracted hash, you definitely don't want to be vaporizing on this at all either. You want to keep it strictly to full melt only. So some examples of that would be, let's see, what do we got here? This is some high grade water extracted hash. This would be something that would be full melt. You'd burn something like that. Something like in oil would be something that you would want to vaporize on this particular stone. Something that you wouldn't want to would be something like this, which would be an example. This is jelly hash, which, man, my hands are super dry from moving, but check out this jelly hash right here. It's got a lot of plant particulate in it. That would be something that would clog the stone. It would be something you would not want to put inside the stone, because basically it's going to render the stone useless eventually. And you don't want that. I mean, you could just keep buying stones, but again, why misuse this particular product? There's other products and other adapters that you can use to smoke those other types of more plant-based type extractions. So rosin would be something like that, like a pressed oil. That would be something you'd want to put on here. Again, it's going to be anything that is full melt. So now that we've pretty much stressed that, let's hop into the actual glass piece itself. Now the apparatus is amazing. This particular one, it has the HS on it right there. Let's see if we can get that in focus. There's the HS right there. It's like a little snake. And then you got the little snarl. Now all the bowls that they did at the time for the Hellstone are basically, they were kind of all the same, but I believe this frosted chipped glass in here, this one happens to be white. They had that was all different colors. And I do remember them pretty much all having like this little snarl little thing right here. And they all were pretty much situated like this, which is pretty much the only way that you could pretty much have it situated. Now they had pipes and little bubblers and all kinds of stuff that would have different kind of chambers, but this particular one right here, you could basically pop the bowl out of this. What I do to clean this, because you can see this is actually clean. This is used. I mean, I've cleaned my stone as well. I clean that with water. I kind of just use a little bit of pressured water and just kind of blast through it a little bit and just kind of wipe the surface with a little bit of a light brush. And it kind of removes a little bit of the grit or whatever was left over on top of that. And then I flush it out with some more water and just allow it to dry on a napkin. You gotta let it fully dry, because you'll get a crackle, you'll get a sizzle if it's not dry and you try to use it. But again, why would you want to rush that process? Just let it dry out before you get into it. But you blast this glass a little bit with your torch, and that kind of flexes the glass a little bit, and then basically you just turn this upside down, and as soon as you blast it with the torch, you'll just see the little I don't know what it is, some kind of carbon pumice type stone, but you'll see the stone, the health stone itself, will actually fall out and just land right on the table. So make sure that you drop it into something that, one, is not going to break the stone, so don't hold it up really high. Keep it close to whatever you're dropping it into, and make sure whatever you're dropping it into can withstand some heat. Don't drop it into something like this, for example, because the surface of this will melt if something hot landed on it. And plus, you'd want to put this down, I imagine, as well, because it's going to be hot. So you don't want that to be melting to the table as well. So again, make sure whatever you're using this with and you're dropping this into when you're cleaning it is able to withstand some heat. But Once that drops out, you basically just have a long tubular piece of glass, which is extremely easy to get to. Once this stone's out of here, a pipe cleaner and a little bit of a metal rasp will basically chip away at all your concentrate that you have in here that you haven't reclaimed, because you will have some that is just stuck to it. And to clean it up and make it look nice and shiny like this, where there's actually no reclaim at all in there, you might need some tools. So for that, again, it's really easy to get to it once the stone is out of here. And then again, once you have this dried out, you basically just put the stone on top, and you can kind of I just let mine sit on top, and I just press down on it with my thumb, and it just pressed right in. So, and there's what the stone looks like itself. Again, there you go. You can check out the top there, and it's got all these little nooks and crannies. It's basically kind of like a pumice stone, or like an aerated stone that has all these little nooks and crannies that allow the smoke and the vapor and the liquid to basically travel through as you're pulling on it. Now, basically the way to use this is you would load up the top of this. So you would put your wax, your full melt directly, or your oil, you would drip it directly onto the stone. Now, if you dropped oil onto the stone and it like oozed in, you're like, oh man, it's gone. It's not gone. It's just in the stone. So when you hit it, if you pull super hard, you might actually pull it through the stone, and it might just ooze into it, ooze into the glass, and it might just become reclaim. Or if you don't pull as hard and you pull pretty decent, pretty light, not too hard, not too heavy, not too light, you'll be able to get a full vaporization, and it will go through those channels and vaporize. So oils can definitely be vaporized on this particular piece, but I like to sundae it up where you'll put like wax, some full melt on top of the wax, maybe different flavors of wax, and then you'll do a drizzle of oil on top of it all, kind of like a sundae. And then it's all kind of piled up on top of there inside the little bowl, and then you just hit it with your torch as you would a normal piece. It's basically like it makes a flower bowl for concentrates. That's basically what it kind of does in the realm of concentrates and full melt products. So basically, you can get a lot of product on here. You could easily fit a nice solid gram right on top of that. I wouldn't put any more than that, like a gram total. If you're going to mix it like I do with the different types and drizzle them on top of each other and mix them, you're going to want to make sure you're sitting around a gram, because other than that, you're not going to have the vaporization time. The disc is thick, but it's not too super thick. The disc, the wafer of it, is probably about 1/3 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch in thickness. That's just how much it is. Especially if you've cleaned it, it could lose some of the thickness of it. But yeah, you don't want to have too much on there. I would say about a gram would be max what you'd want to have loaded up on there, because what you're going to end up having is just pooling. It's going to get wasted and just become reclaim, which is fine. If you like reclaim, that's fine. We can do another video with talking about reclaim if you like. But yeah, and if you want me to do a video talking about reclaim, let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, the health stone is definitely really awesome. I want to share this with you guys. I know I normally do papers and stuff, but you know, trying to journey out there and do some glass for you too. And this is one of many that we'll do. And the first one I figured we should lead off with is the health stone, because this thing is awesome. Definitely a solid piece. Like, again, this is the 14mm joint for this one. They also have the 18, obviously. They have all the different sizes, 10, 18, 14. Then they got, again, they have like pipes, bubblers, all kinds of crazy stuff. Now, I got this at Illusions Glass in a glass gallery in Denver here in Colorado. I don't know if they have them at other art dealers, but you could talk to your local art, or, glass gallery, glass art display place, or your local head shop, and see if they could become a dealer and carry these, products, or maybe they could just order it for you, using their business license and whatever, their tax ID, to order these for you. You can get these, but yeah, these are really awesome. And again, this is one of my favorites for concentrates. It's amazing in regards to the reclaim that it does too, because the reclaim that comes out of this isn't like fully vaporized most of the time, because again, if you pile it up on here, you do around a gram, half gram to a gram on top of here. every time you use this, you're gonna get some really nice reclaim versus like normal reclaim when you hit it on like a metal or a glass skillet or banger. It's gonna basically fully vaporize completely, and it's going to be straight up reclaim and not have taste to it. But the reclaim that comes out of these Hellstones is a lot better. It has taste, and you could pretty much dab it right afterwards too, which is pretty awesome as well. So keep that in mind when you're shopping around. And if you find one of these Hellstones, definitely give this a try. And if you've tried this Hellstone, let us know in the comments down below. What was your experience like? Which one did you have? Did you have the bowl attachment like I have? Did you have the pipe? Did you have the bubbler? What did you rock when you had this Hellstone? So let us know down in the comments below. And yeah, I do smoking reviews every single day, so be on the lookout for those videos, and have a great rest of your day.